Hey everyone, it's Josh here at Gulf Coast Community Federal Credit Union. Thanks for tuning in today. Now that we've talked about what is a mortgage, let's talk about the home buying process. So let's get straight to the point. Buying a home can be both a scary and exciting process. And we here at Gulf Coast Community Federal Credit Union want to help you out with any questions or concerns that you might have. We'll start by listing the main steps of the process, and then we're going to dive into each of them. First, we have to set our budget. After our budget, we need to get a pre-approval. Then, we shop for a real estate agent. Then, we shop for a home. After you've found a home, we make an offer. There may be a negotiation. Then there's an appraisal and inspection. Finally, closing. Now that is an oversimplification of the process, so let's talk about each step. Let's start with budget. So before you begin searching for a home, you're going to need to know what you can afford. And it's not just the home price. You need to consider the following items. How much of a down payment can you afford? What type of monthly mortgage payment can you afford? What are the home insurance prices in the areas? Will you need flood insurance if it's in a flood zone? What are the property taxes for the area? And even, are there homeowner association fees? You want to be thorough in reviewing each of these items. Once you've settled your budget, the next step is to get a pre-approval. So a pre-approval is a written statement from a lender, like us at Gulf Coast Community Federal Credit Union, that shows a seller that you are likely to have your financing in place. Most sellers will require a pre-approval letter to even consider an offer. The pre-approval will also help you understand your realistic price range for a purchase. After you get your pre-approval, it's time to find a real estate agent. Before we start, you are not required to use a real estate agent, but it is highly recommended. And for this process, we are going to assume that you do get one. A good real estate agent knows the market and can help you negotiate, which we'll get to later. Our recommendation for finding a good agent: talk to your friends and family. See who they used, see what their experience was. If you can't find one that way, check out Realtor.com. You can look at reviews and data on local agents. Once you've selected a real estate agent, it's time for the fun: house shopping. Now, this process will be unique for everyone, but we have a few tips. Make a list of house items that you must have. Make a list of house items that would be nice to have. Now, make sure you're honest with yourself. Some must-haves really are just nice to haves. Know the areas. Make sure to check out the areas at different times of the day. When it's time to do walkthroughs, be thorough. Again, having a good real estate agent will be a great resource. Try to find out why the seller is moving. You want to make sure you don't inherit an issue they're having. Also, if you're local to us in the South, make sure to find out all you can about the age and condition of the air conditioner. You don't want to be here in the South without a good air conditioner. If you've made it this far, it means you found a house. Congratulations! But now comes an offer. You want to know the market so that you can put in a fair offer. It can be exciting to put in a lowball offer and see if it gets accepted, but you run the risk of losing out. Now, after you put your offer in, it can be accepted, countered, or even turned down. You need to be prepared to negotiate. And when you negotiate, you need to be prepared to walk away from a bad deal. Now, once you have an offer that's accepted, you still have a few more steps to cover. The appraisal. This ensures the value of the home. This validates its use as collateral for your lender. Also, you have an inspection. This might be one of the most important parts of the whole process. You want to find a quality home inspector because a good home inspector is thorough and will help find hidden issues. Best practices here: referral. Friends, family, your real estate agent, or even the lender can usually recommend the best home inspectors in the area. With the appraisal and inspection out of the way, it's time to close. This is where you'll review and sign all of your loan documents. And just like that, you're a homeowner. You did it. Now remember, this is a very topical view of the process. There will be more questions, and our team here at Gulf Coast Community Federal Credit Union is here to help, whether it's your first home purchase or your fifth. Don't forget to like and follow this series to learn more about mortgages and the mortgage buying process. You can find us at gulfcoastcommunityfcu.com. Here you can join our membership or apply for a loan, and follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, X, and YouTube.